Caterpillar, the machine that built the world. Before skyscrapers touched the clouds. Before highways stitched nations together. Before cities rose from dust. There was mud. Thick, relentless, unforgiving mud. And in that mud, the future was stuck. Mid-19th century, America was expanding fast. Farmers were feeding a growing nation, but there was a problem. Horses were slow, steam tractors were heavy, and when the rain came, machines sank. Enter Uncle Ben. In Stockton, California, a determined inventor named Benjamin Holt was obsessed with one question. How do we keep farmers moving no matter what? Holt wasn't just an inventor. He held over 45 patents. People called him Uncle Ben. But he wasn't soft. He was relentless. In 1904, he did something radical. He removed the wheels and replaced them with tracks. When the machine crawled across the soil without sinking, someone said it moved like a caterpillar, a name that would soon change the world. Meanwhile, a rival was rising. In another corner of California, a young entrepreneur named C.L. Best was building his own company, C.L. Best Gas Traction Company. Unlike Holt, Best believed the future was not steam. It was gasoline, lighter, faster, more efficient. By 1912, Best introduced the Best 70 track layer, strong, reliable, and powered by his own engine design. He even created something revolutionary for that time. The track layer creed, a promise of quality and unmatched support. 2 men, 2 visions, 1 destiny. World War I changed everything. Track tractors were no longer just farm machines. They became military lifelines. Holt machines were used to haul artillery through the mud of Europe. The world now saw what tracks could do. But after the war, competition intensified. Both Holt and Best had their own strengths. Holt had global recognition, the Caterpillar trademark, larger factories, and Best had strong financial footing, advanced tractor design, a powerful dealer network. The industry was shifting, and survival demanded something bold. In 1925, the impossible happened. Rivals became partners. The Holt Manufacturing Company and the C.L. Best Tractor Company merged, and the Caterpillar Tractor Co. was born. This wasn't just a business deal. It was the blending of innovation, engineering, reputation, vision. At first, machines were painted gray, with a red wavy logo. Yellow? Not yet. That would come later. Ending of the 1920 decade, economic collapse. The Great Depression crushed industries. Factories shut down. Orders disappeared. But Caterpillar did something unusual. They invested. In 1927, they introduced a 20-track type tractor. In 1928, they acquired Russell Grader Manufacturing. And in 1931, they launched the industry's first true motor grader. Instead of retreating, they advanced. But their biggest bet was still coming. At the Panama Pacific International Exposition, company leaders saw something powerful: large diesel engines. Diesel fuel cost half as much as gasoline. It was stronger, more durable, more efficient. In 1931, something else changed. Gray machines turned into highway yellow, a color that would soon dominate job sites worldwide. And in the same year, Caterpillar produced its first diesel production model. By 1937, they became the world's largest producer of diesel engines. They didn't just build machines anymore. They powered industries. World War II, America entered the war. Factories transformed overnight. Men left for battle. Women stepped into factories. At Caterpillar, production ran 7 days a week. Workforce doubled. Women joined research labs and assembly lines. 51,000 track-type tractors were built for the military. Caterpillar machines operated on every continent, except Antarctica. They cleared airstrips, moved artillery, built roads in war zones. The world was on fire. But Caterpillar is moving. The world needed rebuilding, and Caterpillar was ready. Their machines helped construct roads, bridges, dams, airports, water systems. They weren't just selling equipment anymore. They were rebuilding civilization. By the late 1940s and into the 1950s, Caterpillar had become a global powerhouse, a name synonymous with strength, reliability, and progress. But this was only the beginning. The 1950s would bring mega infrastructure projects, massive global expansion, the interstate highway system, Hoover Dam expansions, the Golden Gate Bridge legacy, the Panama Canal modernization, and a transformation into Caterpillar Inc. The yellow machines would soon reshape mining, energy, and construction forever. And they would face new challenges: oil crises, corporate ethics battles, automation, and sustainability revolutions. From mud-covered farms to war-torn battlefields to rebuilding a broken planet, Caterpillar didn't just survive, it endured. And in part 2, we will see how it conquered the world.